Welcome to the Patterson Library Connection. In this episode of our podcast, we'll share good news and library happenings, talk to fun and interesting guests, and connect with our Patterson community. I'm Lillie the Director of Marketing and Programming here at the library. On today's episode, my special guests are Matt Chibbaro, Director of the Town of Patterson Recreation and Parks Department, and Meg Cairney, who works alongside Matt to bring the Recreations Department's outstanding programs, events, and activities to residents of all ages. Meg is also the head of the Putnam Lake Park District and was honored in 2023 as the Town of Patterson's Woman of Distinction for her dedication and service to our community. We'll hear what it takes to make a recreation department thrive, how it impacts our town, and what's ahead for the rec department. Now let's get started. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Lillie.
So I have to ask, I know your wife is from Argentina.
Yeah.
What was your house like on Sunday after that World Cup loss?
Oh man, that was tricky. That was a tricky one. Yeah, it didn't go well. And there's a lot of justifying and conspiracy theories flying around, and there was something up. They were in a funk, and Spain did a really good job. It was rough. Rough. The whole country, I think, is.
I know. Well, you had told me you were away on vacation and you had to make all these provisions to watch the previous game. So I know how important it was for your family.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, I used one of our library special tech things that we have available. My first time using it's the mobile hotspot.
Yeah.
So we were camping up in the Catskills, and I knew that our phones wouldn't cut it. And so I got the hotspot. I borrowed it the week before. We brought it up and connected it to the iPad, which we had on a solar battery. So we had it all rigged out to watch the show, the game on Saturday. And of course, the signal path is not as advertised, so it actually didn't work. It's not the hotspot's fault. And
that's good to know.
It was good to know. It wasn't a problem with that. It was a problem with just being an actual out of society and isolation. So we ended up going to the Airbnb that we also got due to, having young kids in the rain, and the hotspot worked perfectly there. She watched them win. And so thank you for that opportunity. And I can recommend it for people to, if you want to watch the game in the woods, you can try it.
Well, that's good to know. I know that it really was an exciting series. And I watched it up at the Renegade Stadium, and we watched it live and on the big screen, and it was a beautiful day.
Really?
So it was a lot of fun.
I didn't know they did that. We would have loved to go.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
It was a lot of fun. It was exciting for a lot of. There were so many little soccer players there. Kicking the ball around the field. It was awesome. The nice thing about it this time around, 4 years ago, it was getting big, but I think having it in America, it felt like something was different. Like, I grew up playing soccer, and it was always my favorite sport, and it feels now that we're part of it, and all the American teams did pretty well. I mean, Canada got furthest it's ever gotten. The U.S. did as well, and Mexico did pretty well. So maybe next time around we'll get even further and be part of this thing that's for the rest of the world. That would be nice.
It'd be nice. The only thing I can say that no one was a fan of was like the Super Bowlification of the World Cup with all the advertisements, the water breaks, the really advertisement breaks, and then that halftime show they wanted to do for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And they cut it back, which is great. So
it was only 10 minutes, right? So
it was better, but I think there was a lot of pressure that people around the world were like, there's something pure about it. Yes. We don't need to change it.
No. So I think the world has it right. I will say in 2010 when Spain won the last one, my daughter happened to be in Barcelona.
No.
She's 18 years old. She's with my poor cousin Linda, God bless her. She was the chaperone to 4 girls between 18 and 25 or so. And they're having a blast, and Spain wins. So I'm on the phone with my daughter, I'm like, you be careful. I don't, I'm giving all the mom advice, like, just be careful. The city's crazy when they all won. And I'm watching the news. Yeah, Mama, okay, bye. She hangs up the phone. And we're watching the news later that night, and I see this girl on this guy's shoulder and they're jumping in the fountains and dancing and there's millions of people. And I'm like, wait a minute. And there she is. And I'm like, oh, she didn't hear a word I said, but she had the time of her life. So that excitement stayed with her. She still talks about it. It was such a great and amazing moment for her. So I was thinking of that one, Spain one, and I was watching everything. So yeah, it was exciting. But I was thinking of your wife.
Well, thank you for that. We appreciate the condolences. Well, you know what? When you're on the top, there's only one way to go. Like, because Argentina is New England Patriots of football, right? Like, or the Yankees of football. So people love to hate them. They love to want to take them down. And we'll see what happens. But I think the rest of the team needs to become the Messies and not just have one Messi. So 4 more years, we'll see. We'll touch base again and see what happens. Yeah.
Well, coming from an Italian family who's all about the Italian team, they were disappointed very early. So we were kind of
it's almost better than being second place, right? Or third place like England, unfortunately, poor England. So anyways, so that wasn't such good news, but
but it was a lot of fun for everybody.
Yeah.
But and speaking of fun, our friends had their trivia night on Friday night with Gary Levy from Let's Go Trivia. And if you remember, Gary was on. Great. He was on our podcast. He is the funniest person, and he was amazing live. He was so funny, told so many jokes, had everybody laughing, and the friends worked really hard, and it was a great success. So all around. It was great. So
he's a special guy, and he's got a skill set that you got to just be in the room with him.
Yes.
For the next one, I'd love to be there. And if you missed this one, you should definitely come out whenever you see him around. Come on out.
Yeah, he's terrific. And Let's Go Trivia. If you need to do a fundraiser for an organization or something, he's wonderful to work with. So, so thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay. And now it's time for some good news. We've all been busy here at the library with our Rev 250 events, and I'm happy to say they were all a tremendous success. Our library director, Stephanie Harrison, and the town's Rev 250 committee did an outstanding job planning Patterson's July 4th celebration. Their months of hard work paid off with an incredible community event capped off by a spectacular fireworks display. An estimated 2,000 people attended, making it a celebration that our community will remember for years to come. The library kept the excitement going with our Colonial Crafts Day. James Colombo amazed everyone with his copper punching demonstrations, helping kids create their own framed copper artwork to take home. He spent so much time making all the wooden frames and designs, and the kids were thrilled to be able to have a souvenir. And Nancy Van Tassel had visitors gather around her spinning wheel throughout the afternoon as she demonstrated how wool is transformed into yarn. Her talent, combined with her fascinating stories and everything she shared with everyone, captivated their attention for the whole afternoon. She was just wonderful. The Patterson Historical Society's Pat Ploger and Sonia Abbey Taylor showcased Revolutionary War artifacts and invited visitors to sign a replica of the Declaration of Independence, while Patterson Historical Society President Ron Taylor and Judy Kelly Moberg were at the town hall offering tours to visitors wanting to check out the Historical Society's revolutionary display. Meanwhile, Reverend Larry Maxwell introduced children to the colonial-era game Shut the Box, with players lining up for a chance to play. It was a great day, and to top it all off, we had the Putnam Lake Rev 250 Parade and Celebration, which was a wonderful afternoon filled with music, food, games, and community spirit. Local, county, and state officials joined residents in celebrating the historic milestone. And our special guest today played a very special role in organizing that. Meg did a terrific job, and it was a fun day for families in town. These events were a wonderful reminder that Patterson is such a special place. They brought together neighbors, friends, and families to celebrate our nation's history, learn something new, and create lasting memories. It's always inspiring to see our community come together like this, and I can't wait to see what's next. And that's our good news. Welcome, Matt and Meg, my special guests today. Matt Chibbaro, Director of Recreation and Parks for the town of Patterson, and Meg Cairney, Recreation Department Head at Putnam Lake, a community leader, and the 2023 Patterson Woman of Distinction Award recipient. Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us, Lillie. Appreciate it.
Now, I know how busy you guys are, busy summer season, and I was at the rec the other day, and there were kids everywhere, so it looks like it's off to a great start.
Our camps are going really well. We're halfway through the summer season already. but I just really like the way my staff is interacting with the children. The parents are happy, the kids are happy, which in turn makes me happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's talk about the recreation department. So what does the recreation department actually do for people that don't realize everything that's involved?
We offer a whole bunch of programming for young children, young adults, senior citizens. We also offer things for the community like our annual Holiday Bazaar and Craft Fair, which has been going for about 15 years now. We've also put on our, I think we're coming up on our 5th annual holiday spectacular or holiday kickoff celebration, which we try and be the first ones out there with the holiday stuff. It's become annual date of the Friday before Thanksgiving, and we've seen it grown from a drive-by during COVID to a wild event that's had about 1,000 people, the last one with horse-drawn carriages and music events and food trucks and celebrations by people doing twirling and other types of things. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It's a wonderful community event. So what does your typical day look like?
Every day's different. Unfortunately, there is no script. In recreation, you have to be ready for anything and everything. On quiet days, I'm in the office doing paperwork, doing planning. We have a pre-K program that runs there, so I'm always stopping into the pre-K program and dealing with Miss Denise and the kids in the program. So it keeps me grounded. It's fun watching the little ones run by and do different things and be able to hear something, because sometimes during the day it can be very quiet at the rec center. People are working, children are in school, so it's quiet. And, having the little kids there can definitely brighten your day.
Oh, sure. I love when the little guys come through here, especially on a rainy day, and they come through in their little frogs and chicken raincoats. They look so cute. So I get it. They do bring us a special energy. So how did you get into being a rec department director? How does that happen? Tell us a little bit about you.
It's an interesting story. I mean, the traditional way would be to go to school for recreation and get involved in the recreation field. I took a different path. I was in retail management for a number of years after my initial college graduation. But I saw that wasn't where I wanted to be. I ended up going back to school for a master's program in physical education and sports pedagogy, because being a PE teacher or a gym teacher, as they're well known as, I thought it would be awesome. Upon graduating and looking for a phys ed job, I was laid off my previous job. I was volunteer coaching at Patterson Rec through their flag football program. Somebody I'd coached baseball with in the town of Beekman had told me about this wonderful program they had there. I brought my son over. He loved it. I started coaching. I became familiar with the previous director, Ray Blanar. We got to talking. He offered me a part-time job. Yeah. I took it because I was laid off, and any money's better than no money. And lo and behold, within 3 or 4 months' time of taking that job, circumstances dictated a vacancy in the head position. Ray was leaving to take a job in another town. He recommended me to the town board. Between my management background and my sports background, they thought I'd be a good fit, and they gave me the job on an interim basis. I had to sit for a civil service test. If I didn't do well on it or somebody scored higher, I could have lost the job to somebody else. 15 years later, here I am.
Here you are.
So yeah, everything kind of worked out. It was an interesting path, but I'm definitely fortunate to be where I'm sitting today.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
I think it's the staff and the children and the people we interact with on a daily basis. The job is never mundane. It's always something different. You never know what to expect, and it keeps it exciting, keeps it fresh even after 15 years.
Yeah, I think that's true. I find the same here for me. I'm here almost 20 years this year, and it is, when you're doing events and working with the community, there's a lot of satisfaction and all that kind of thing, and seeing what you do and what it brings to people's lives. And I know both of you do a lot to bring a lot to people's lives every day. So Meg, tell us a little bit about you.
I've lived in Patterson 40 years.
Wow.
My husband got involved in the VFW 5 days after we moved to Putnam Lake, and that's the beginning of everything. I started getting involved with the Ladies Auxiliary. I got involved with Sacred Heart Church. I became their coordinator of religious education, and then everything just snowballed. And I went from a quiet little mouse to
On the podcast.
on the podcast. Yes.
I'm so glad you're here. I know everybody knows you, and I see you everywhere, and you are involved in everything. So you both bring so much to the table. I think Patterson is very lucky to have both of you here. So what makes the Patterson Recreation Department unique? What is so special about it?
I think we all care very much about the product we're putting out, the people that come in, and how we're going to leave it for the next generation of Patterson people.
True. I know. So what is your role, Meg, at the Patterson Rec? Tell people about what you do.
I'm a rec assistant, so I work the front office, but I also I run the senior lunch once a month. I do hot dog bingo. And
It's so fun. What is that? Tell me about that.
they all come in, they get bingo cards, I feed them hot dogs and potato chips and soda, and we just play bingo, 10 games. We have a great time.
10 games, yeah. People talk very highly about your lunches, by the way. Your senior lunches. Everybody that we speak to and talks about it say that the food is amazing, and I've had it myself, so I can vouch for that. And it really, you put so much heart and soul into that. You really do.
It has grown. When I started, I think it was 50 people were coming to senior lunch, and now we average 120.
Meg undersells herself. She's like my right hand over at the rec center. She does everything and anything very well, by might add, and she also never says no. I don't know what I would do without her over there at the rec center, because she puts out fires for me. Cooking for 100 to 120 people, I couldn't even imagine. I'd be making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But Meg puts on this full course meal, and everybody, time after time, is so satisfied. So, yeah, I wouldn't know what I'd do without her. So, Meg, you're not going anywhere anytime soon, right?
Well, if I didn't have a good boss, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So that's the truth.
Well,
He makes going to work fun.
And that is obvious when you see the two of you together. And we were talking a little bit earlier about when we had a chance.
We do a lot of laughing.
The laughing, like it's just so fun. You're fun to be around. You bring that energy to everything you do, and people sense that. That's what makes it such a great department.
This is Adam jumping in with a quick question. I've never heard of hot dog bingo, but I think for the listeners, we need to clarify what this is, because so you're serving hot dogs.
I serve hot
dogs. We're not
dogs.
playing with slices. I mentioned
No,
a slice of hot dogs as the bingo cards. Here's a suggestion. It's a free suggestion.
It's a regular bingo game.
Okay.
And halfway through bingo, we stop, we take a break.
I see.
They get served hot dogs.
Okay.
And then we go back to another 5 games of bingo.
I mean, hey, if you have extra hot dogs, you could add that actual hot dog bingo and have a new thing.
I think that should be open to everybody, not just seniors, because I want to come.
You're welcome to come anytime.
You know what? I am a senior. What am I saying? See? I forget how old I am sometimes.
It's the third Thursday of the month, so you're welcome to come anytime.
It sounds so fun.
And when
really
we do it, when we do it during the summer, one half of that back room is the seniors and their hot dog bingo game. On the other half, I have my campers in the arcade room playing games and doing various crafts, but they can hear on the microphone every number Meg calls out. You don't know how many times the kids yell out bingo, and then you hear the group of seniors just start laughing. And it's really great having, the kindergarten, first and second graders, and then the senior citizens of our town right next door. And it's a wild thing.
That's awesome. Now, which are the most popular programs you guys offer?
I think our flag football program is probably the most popular. We offer it in the fall, and we offer a summer camp as well. But during the winter, we're one of the few organizations, rec centers or otherwise, that can offer an indoor flag football program where we're playing games starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we can have our last game ending at 7, 8 o'clock at night. We have sometimes up to 200 kids in the program.
That's awesome. I know my grandsons have played athlete as well. It is a terrific program.
It's so much fun. And, again, it's how I got my start there in Patterson. So I have a little bit of special feelings towards that program.
So how do you decide what programs and events to offer?
We focus mainly on the youth programming, but we do stuff for seniors as well and adults. It's really just interest of the people that live in Patterson and the surrounding communities. If they come to us with a suggestion for something that we haven't done or used to do and stopped doing, we will look at it. And if we could do a program that's feasible, that works, that fits in our schedule, we will definitely always try and do it for the people. The hard time is during the fall and winter seasons because our gym availability and building availability is pretty booked up. We've had so many local organizations over the years that rent space from us in addition to our own programming. We've adjusted the way we've run certain programs, youth programs, so we can fit more of the other stuff in. So it really comes down to, do we have the time and the space to be able to offer this? I jokingly have said to Supervisor Williams, I need a second floor on that building so we can do more stuff. Don't know if that's ever going to happen, but it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to fit all the different things into the schedule. It's like putting a puzzle piece together.
Planning events isn't easy, and programming. And again, I'm like you, listening to what people want. We put out evaluations after every program, and we ask people, what do you want? And you get a sense of what people, and you can tell by attendance. Obviously, your programs are full, they're successful, so you can kind of get a sense of what people want. So it's all, it's so integral to communities and families and how it impacts them. How do you feel those programs impact families?
I would say I think it's a great place, the rec center itself, to have your child come to participate in the programs, because nowadays the alternatives out there, playing video games, immersed in social media on the cell phones, it's taking over a lot of these kids' lives, and they're young and they don't understand the repercussions that might have. So we really appreciate when the parents bring the kids out to the programming, because they're being active. They're acting, interacting socially with other kids, some their age, some a little older, some a little younger. But it really, from my perspective, gets them out of sitting on the couch and thumbing through or scanning through, whatever they call it, all these things on social media nowadays.
I think it's always special to see kids engaged with each other, playing games, and just not being isolated at home. And, that interaction with other kids socially, it's helpful. Anything without that screen, I think, is important too. What about you, Meg? What do you think?
I feel like we're a safe haven up there for kids coming in. There's always staff there supervising. People can drop off their child and not worry about them getting lost somewhere.
That's awesome too. Having just a place to bring your kids like that too. I think that's one of the things that we all do for this community is provide parents such a service like that it is very rewarding, I think, and necessary. So many people depend on even the library. They come in with their kids. It's just a place to go and something to do. And I know you guys have such fantastic programs for kids of all ages and adults as well. I think you've covered the gamut from all across and are successful at everything you do.
Well, I do think it helps having a partnership with you and the library. I mean, you've done great things for us over the years, like sponsoring the band during the senior luncheon around Christmas time. One of the programs that we run now that we end up getting a waiting list for during the school year is something called Nerf Night.
Oh, yeah.
I was 110% against Nerf Night. You guys had come to us about doing a joint thing with Nerf, and I said, all right, I'll give it a shot, but I still don't think, somebody's going to shoot their eye out and we're going to have issues. And after that first trial run with you guys, we now have a thriving program, and the kids that come to it love it.
Yes,
they may not be
do.
the sports kids, but they come. Sometimes they got camouflage on, sometimes they're in costumes, and they just have a ball. 2 hours just being kids, having fun. And it's we don't structure it in such a way that, there's 9 million rules and we put out the stuff, we talk to them beforehand, we go over our expectations, and then just have fun. Just kids being kids, which
They have a ball.
doesn't always happen nowadays. They don't
I
get those
know.
opportunities, and they have so much fun. So, thank you for that.
You're welcome. And I think that was Miss Jen's idea.
Yes,
when
it
she
was.
Here. She was terrific with coming up with all kinds of cool stuff. And I could tell you my grandsons haven't missed one. And they come with a band of friends. Like they just look forward to that. It is so much fun.
Yeah, it's one of the ways that rec centers. Everybody thinks, oh, we're all about sports, but we do other things like that too. And it's fun to see the programs from the idea conception to actually working and becoming something that we have to put waiting lists on.
So the town has some beautiful parks. Tell us about what does Patterson offer as far as the parks part of it?
Meg, I'll let you start on that one.
Well, in Putnam Lake, we have our beaches. We only have 2 open beaches right now, Warren and Jackson. We have Club Court Park. We have Memorial Field that people can go up and play around in. We have a basketball court. We do bring soccer from Patterson Rec into Putnam Lake in the fall and the spring for a soccer clinic for the kids. So it's a nice community.
It really is. Now, are the beaches open to Putt Lake residents in Putt Lake?
Only Putnam Lake, and Veterans Park is only for Patterson residents.
That are within the park district.
Sadly, there's a couple areas in Patterson that aren't entitled to either beach.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I
You
guess
know.
that happens, sure. Well, I know we've done some story times down at the beachfront in Putt Lake.
Yes.
And we had a great group of kids there and stuff. And our teens, I think, have done some kind of cleanup as a volunteer
Yes,
activity,
it was
right?
wonderful.
So we love partnering with you guys. So
You're welcome to come anytime.
Well, we'll take you up on that because it really is about partnerships and making community. And the parks are one way or another place for people to gather. So I saw some work being done. What are some of the improvements that are being done?
Over at Veterans Park in Putnam Lake, Veterans Park on Maple Avenue, they just put in, they repaved the basketball court and they have allowed the surface to be used for a pickleball court. So they have basketball and pickleball there. They've redone some of the equipment for the playground equipment there for the kids, which it's really, it's really nice. The park is kept in pristine condition. They started a concert series this summer.
I saw
they
that,
had
yeah.
their first one in June. Their next one is this coming Friday. And then they have one in August. And I think the special guest for August might be related to someone who's sitting next to me here at this podcast.
And that would be your son,
My
JB.
son, yes.
And he has played here at the library for me several times for some of our events. He's wonderful.
Thank you. And he also has paid at the rec.
Yeah.
The Cairney family has treated Patterson Rec and myself very, very well over the years. Jamie and Scotty have come down and played during our March luncheon.
Right.
They were fantastic. Jamie has also become a lead in our holiday kickoff celebration. He MCs and plays music there as well. They're all so helpful to us at the rec center. I can't say enough about the whole family.
So I know we are in summer season. I know it's one of your busiest seasons. What are some of the highlights that people shouldn't miss? Like, coming into fall as well.
Well, one of the things we have coming up, and we've done this for a number of years now, the Southern Duchess Concert Band gives a free concert at the rec center. I know some people like to have the outdoor concerts, but we have one that we offer. I believe it's August 1st, Saturday at 6 p.m. at the rec center. We have air conditioning. We have concessions. People won't have to worry about bugs. They won't have to worry about it being too hot, too cold, too rainy. The show will go on and everybody will stay dry and have a good time. I think this is probably their 15th or 16th year coming back to the rec center. They do it every summer. And, we really appreciate them coming and doing that for us.
Oh, that's awesome. I just wrote down the date because I want to come. It sounds terrific.
And it's free.
And it's free. And that means so much to so many people. And as you can see, all our programs are free too. And I know that is something that I'm always so thrilled that no one needs to buy a ticket. You can just come and bring the family and have a great time. The outdoor concerts we do is the thing that makes me the most nervous is the weather always. It's either going to be 96 degrees or we're going to have a thunderstorm. It's always like, one of those. But fingers crossed, ours is coming up on August 5th. And I'm really like, actually it's August 4th. Fingers crossed. Because, it's always nice to be able to have it rain or shine. So good for you. That's awesome.
The concert series up in Patterson are free to the public.
At the park too, yeah.
And anybody can go. It doesn't have to just be...
You don't have to be a Park District resident for that,
resident
which
to
was
come.
nice that they opened it up to anyone that wants to come and enjoy the music. I think that's
good
great.
to know, yeah. And they had some good bands.
Yeah, Noise in the Basement was there in June. I've seen them a few times. They're really good. Forgive me for not knowing off the top of my head who is there this Friday. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah. I remember reading them and looking them up, and they all sound terrific. So something else to look forward to. I think it's great that each of the departments in the town work together and collaborate. And you can see from the town Rev 250 event that just happened, and to all of the different organizations, Meg, you invited us to come to your Putt Lake Parade. Working together makes so much more happen, and not only more happen, but better. I think we all make each other better when we work together, and I love seeing all the collaboration and the partnerships that are happening. I think it's really nice the direction that everything is moving in. And we have our farmers market here every Friday night that Hans Patterson is doing. We have some people at the firehouse that are really coming up with some innovative things. I think August 9th is a water parade. Just fun stuff. And I know Cartwrights is always involved, and just other parties. I don't want to leave anybody out, the Rotary and all these great people that are involved in everything. But working together there seems to be a lot of stuff happening, and that's exciting.
It takes a village. It
Yes.
certainly does. It's very hard to do things, on your own, as you've expressed before. Planning events and doing all the footwork, even having to worry about the weather for your concerts, it takes a toll. It's definitely a lot easier when you can have more help and you have partners who are willing to chip in and step in when need be. And that's what real community is about.
Sure. Just getting the word out that, we're going to cancel. So you're emailing people, you're hoping they read their emails, or then we're making phone calls, and we're talking hundreds of people. So sometimes, there's a lot to these events. So, when we work collaboratively and have a lot of hands on deck, it's really helpful for everything. And nicely, we all stand strongly on our own. Each organization is strong on their own, whether it's the library, the rec department, the firehouse, everybody does their own thing and does it really well. So when it all comes together, it's just amazing. So it's terrific. So Meg, let's talk about you for a little bit. So I know you're incredibly busy. You wear so many hats. Tell us about all the things you do. I know you touched on it a little bit, but
There is so much.
I know you mentioned coordinator of religious ed at Sacred Heart.
Which I retired from there. I'm at Patterson Rec now, so I left one job that I just loved, but my second job was very fulfilling. So
There you
I'm
go.
so happy to be at the Rec.
So it's quite an achievement to be named Patterson's Woman of Distinction Award. So kudos to you for that. I didn't even realize that, so congratulations. I know it was in 2023, but what did that recognition mean to you?
You can't imagine what it meant. And I think what was so touching to me at the time was they wrote a thing was written up about me that my son Tommy actually wrote up for them, listing everything I've done. I was like, wow, I can't believe I did that much.
And
But
you noticed.
he noticed and paid attention. I was president of the Ladies Auxiliary at the VFW. So many things at church. I had too many hats at church. I was secretary of the PLCC, the Putnam Lake Community Council, which was before we became a park district. I was involved when it was becoming a park district. I worked with Pat Ploger and Rich Williams on the rules and regs for the park district. And then 3 years ago, Rich asked me to get on the board. So
Nice.
I did. So
And you're a great fit for that as well.
so the beach was having a lot of trouble. We were having blue-green algae blooms. It was one summer it was closed the whole summer. So we've worked very hard, and we put aerators on our docks. We get algicide treatments, and the last 2 years
And
we've been
everybody
open.
hear that? Knock on wood.
Nobody's. Last year we were the only beach in Upper Westchester, Putnam that didn't get shut down for blue-green algae. So
That says a lot.
we were very proud of that.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm lucky because I have a town board that works with us and wants us to exceed. I have Matt that helps me all the time, so it's easier to do things when you have people supporting you.
Sure. And I know Rich is terrific, and so is the town board. So, yeah.
I'm very blessed.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think it's funny because a lot of people don't realize that Putt Lake is part of Patterson.
Correct.
Yeah, I know we have a book drop there and we hang flyers there and stuff. I want people to always know, the library's for everybody, obviously. I know some of their kids go to Brewster schools, though, and some
Correct.
to Carmel. Is that?
Putnam
or
Lake
it's
only goes to Brewster.
Only Brewster, okay. And the rest of Patterson, a lot of them go to just Carmel.
Carmel,
Right.
correct.
We
So-
do have a few segments of the population that attend Pauling schools too. And that's one of the difficult things I've always found at the rec center. We don't have our own school district. So we don't have Patterson Elementary School and Patterson. So we got Carmel kids, we got Brewster kids, Pauling kids. But on the other hand, we now have a lot bigger group to draw from too, which I think helps our programs be so successful.
Sure.
Because if you only have a handful of kids, it's kind of hard to put sporting things together and pizza nights where you have 100 kids showing up. So now we're kind of merging and blending the communities all together, and I think that's fantastic.
I think so too. And the other nice part of it is the kids make friends from different towns. I know, that my kids play on the Patterson Pirates, but they have made friends from everywhere, in Carmel and Brewster and stuff, just through sports, and that bringing them together with the different districts. That's the other plus side.
Yeah, they're not just rivals from school sporting
Yeah.
events. Now also they see the other side of that. Hey, look, they are good people over there. We can be friends. We can have play dates, or we can go to the beach with them together. So that's all part of the community and what recreation should be about.
You just touched on something I wanted to say. Why is recreation so important for the community?
I think it's a great way for people of all ages to learn to take their first steps in either a sport or a game or an activity that you may not be versed in, and learn about it. There are so many places where if you want to do advanced stuff, you can. But we always like to say, get your start here at the rec. We'll teach you. We'll let you have fun doing it. And then you make the decision whether you want to become a professional pickleball player or you want to go on and do travel soccer or travel softball. But you could start here with us. We're a friendly, safe place to do it. And we like to find out where you end up after you leave our programs. Because we do a ton of, we see a lot of kids K through 8. Once they start to get to high school, rec isn't the place they want to be anymore. And it's a shame. I wish we could do more for the high school age kids. It's just finding out what they really want to do. And if we can do that, I think we'll even be more successful.
True. And it's funny, I look at what I do as I give them a taste of something, and then I tell them, go sign up at the rec. Because if you want to go further than my 1 or 2 classes, you try it, you don't have to sign up. You can try Pilates, or you could try yoga, or we're doing Tai Chi. You can try it, and then if you like it, go to the rec department and sign up. Or, there's, like you said, other places, businesses that offer it. But we just want people to try it before you make a big commitment to it.
100%.
Yeah, I'm famous for those, paying $60 for the app because I was going to do chair Tai Chi. Well, I didn't. And, so I when I retire, I will go to the library, try the class for free, and then see if I like it before I do that again. But it's something that I do think, another service we provide that people don't realize. So it's all good. You guys clearly work so well together as a team. How do your roles complement each other? I know you said a little bit about Meg putting out your fires.
That she definitely does. She keeps me grounded as well. I over the years I've started to learn to sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut than say something at all, especially in the world that we live in today. And when Meg sees me starting to teeter, she is definitely right by my side to make sure we're on the right path. So yeah, I am forever grateful for that. Behind closed doors, sometimes it's a pinch or a flick, but in public, she knows just the right way to give me the look.
I think that's so obvious that you're such a great team, and it shows in the record department and all the great activities and everything. But it is personality that attracts people, makes you very approachable, and I know I always get a friendly welcome there. We all do, and I can see you with all the people and the seniors how well liked you both are, really. So it's really wonderful for all of us. So looking ahead, what excites you the most about the rec department and what's in its future?
To alter that question just a little, what I'm looking forward to at one day before I retire, hopefully providing, is I would love a nice outdoor facility, my own park that people could come to, that we can hold tournaments on, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, whatever it may be. I'd like to be able to have a concession stand. I'd like to have outdoor fitness equipment, a track or a guided path that people could run on or jog on, that would all be all encompassing, and it would be in Patterson, and all the Patterson people and surrounding people would be able to use it, go to it, and appreciate it. That's my goal before I leave.
That sounds wonderful.
I have another 5 years before I hit my 20, another 8 years before I hit my 62. I am hopeful that at least some ground could be broken on that by the time I'm ready to hang it up.
Well, that sounds like an amazing plan. That would be wonderful. I know residents would love that.
I think it would be fantastic. I really do.
And we talked a little bit about you growing up in Queens, and I grew up in the Bronx, and growing up with parks and
Yes.
how they were such an integral part of my childhood, and I loved it. And I know we moved to Carmel. I was 10, and I was like, who needed grass? I had a park. Like, why? Like, it was so nice. But really, the parks were like our world, and I think they do bring people together, and it's
Definitely.
Awesome. So what a great plan.
That would be ideal. I think we also spoke about how even having a wall in the park would be ideal. And people that I tell this to, other than people like yourself, have no idea what I'm talking about. But we were able to play handball off the wall, some other games that I can't mention. But that's how we learned how to catch a ball.
Right.
We didn't all have $300 baseball gloves or softball mitts.
We had a 25-cent Spalding.
Yeah, and you learn hand-eye
paintball,
coordination, right? And we learned a lot of things at those parks. And I think it would be great to bring that back, and kids can be kids again and learn, and without having to pay the specialized instructor $90 a lesson to how to catch a ball or how to perfect your skill in a sport. Just let the kids go out there and do it. The more they do it, the better they'll become.
I agree. I totally agree. That's an ambitious plan and an amazing one. I really would love to see that come to fruition.
Well, if I ever get invited back on, I'll let you know how it goes.
You are welcome anytime, as is Meg. I think you guys are terrific. So thank you both for being on. Is there anything you want to say to let people know what's coming up?
I think we discussed a lot of things coming up, but what I will say to all the listeners out there, come take advantage of the Patterson Library. They have so many great things, so many things you could do. They offer passes to museums and such. It's not just a place to go for books anymore. Definitely come on out, check it out, meet the friendly people here, and you'll be amazed, and I'm sure you'll be back multiple times.
Oh, we appreciate that. Thank you. So if people want to learn more about the Recreation Department and your programs, where can they find that information?
We have a website. It's kind of long-winded, but basically it's pattersonny.myrec.com, or you could just Google Patterson Recreation or Patterson Rec. It'll come up that way as well. The other thing we suggest is stopping by. We're there pretty much Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., with multiple things going on. Weekends, we're there a lot of weekends. Sometimes it's for a private party rental. Other times it's for, our sports programs or other rentals. So you come in, say hello, check out. We keep a bunch of flyers on the wall, and I pretty sure we have a bunch of library flyers on the wall
Yes,
as well.
you do.
So, check out what's going on. We have a Facebook page as well. We have a pretty active Instagram. And you know what? The best thing we can ask for you listeners out there is, tell your friends, give us a shot. And, hopefully we'll make you very happy.
I know if they did give you a shot, they will, because you already have a lot of happy people. So thank you both so much for being on today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning into the Patterson Library Connection. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help us grow, please share it with a friend. You can follow and subscribe to our podcast on our website, pattersonlibrary.org, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. This podcast was recorded at the Patterson Library in Patterson, New York. Special thanks to our sound engineer, producer, and composer, Adam Bernier, our library director, Stephanie Harrison, our board of trustees, and to you, our listeners. I'm your host, Lillie Misenti. We'll see you next time on the Patterson Library Connection. The Patterson Library trustees and staff do not promote nor endorse the opinions of our guests.